My name is Tarmack, and this is your game industry news wrap-up for the week of December 3rd, 2016. The PlayStation Experience event was this week and got us a few new game announcements. The Last of Us 2 showing innocent little Ellie singing a song after very clearly having slaughtered a bunch of people was certainly a highlight for me because I absolutely fell in love with the original game. But I've got to admit, I would rather they keep the world and let the story of Ellie and Joel be done. We saw a trailer for Knack 2, a game nobody asked for and nobody wants. There was a remastered collection of Wipeout games called Omega, which is great because the PS4 can do old games at 60 frames per second. Along with that remaster was some footage of remasters for Crash Bandicoot and Parappa the Rapper. But amid all of my consternation, I have to give props to Sony for their event. It is clearly an ad, performs well as an ad, and as long as you approach it from that understanding, these kinds of events are not all that bad to see. And they focus on the games instead of pretending that I won't own any other devices and thus need catch-all features for everything. I'm looking at you, Microsoft. A reasonably large announcement from the PlayStation Experience event is for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. The game is a 2v2 fighter rather than the historical 3v3 format, and the trailer showed off Ryu, Mega Man, Iron Man, and Captain Marvel. It's rather unfortunate for fans of the series, but the X-Men won't be making an appearance, and given the Disney method of doing things, you should all be pretty used to that by now. I'm also especially fond of this particular part of the press release. Quote, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite will feature a variety of exciting and accessible single-player modes. End quote. So, more content than Street Fighter V, yeah? Between the Game Awards and PlayStation Experience, we saw some fantastically explained to be in-engine footage of non-gameplay scenes for Death Stranding, despite that being irrelevant as you can do just about anything you want with pre-built cutscenes. Remember the hype cycle? Sure, Hideo Kojima has a much better pedigree than Hello Games, but there have been plenty of high-profile hype cases that don't live up to expectations. It'll probably be a fun game once we know what kind of game it is. Getting hyped now is a bit like a kid making a Christmas list in January. The Coalition is giving some free bonus experience to Xbox players of Gears of War 4 Online who subject themselves to the massacre of playing against people using a mouse and keyboard. This weekend is a cross-play test of Gears of War 4, enabling PC and Xbox players to play together, which is great to see. As much as I may believe that mouse and keyboard may be superior control mechanisms though, Gears 4 may not be as affected, as what I remember from Gears multiplayer is that it's far more about getting up close and giving someone a dental exam with a Lancer or a shotgun. The Advertising Standards Authority in the UK has ruled on Hello Games and the accusation of false advertising. The accusation was specific to the Steam page for the game, and the ASA ruled that the videos and screenshots are effectively similar enough as to be considered the type of content gamers could expect from the game. Now, I've read the ruling, and the ASA did their research and were well informed on the matter, as expected. So unless you're keen to try and file a lawsuit, which won't happen, the only thing to do at this point is make sure not to give Hello Games any further chances. They really don't deserve it, and I think that the game industry has a new Molyneux in Sean Murray, someone incapable of telling the truth. And the last story of the week, despite the Game Awards' focus on attempting to really showcase the great games of 2016, this year we saw instead only about 30% of the show being on actual awards. There were 3 little concert bits, with only one of them being game-related, but the rest of the show was advertisements. Every trailer was an ad, frequent breaks for more ads like it was the 90s on Saturday morning, and a good chunk of the awards were mentioned by way of a stock ticker scroll on the bottom of the screen. What you won't see me complaining about very much is the Schick bot. Sure, it was campy as hell to advertise razors like that, but in an awards show where almost all of the advertisers paying for space were also nominated for awards in various categories and won some, at least Schick advertised without any conflict of interest. The folks at the Game Awards have certainly done an exceptional job of getting away from being a commercialized event like the Spike TV Awards used to be. This has been your Game Industry News Wrap-Up for the week of December 3rd, 2016. Click down in the description for a link to the Discord server and come by and chat. My name is Tarmack. Thanks for watching.